good neighbors with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. That's when good neighbors become good friends.
If you're wondering why I'm sat on this bench completely blindfolded, it's because I've just spent several hours driving to an undisclosed location only to be escorted to the bench by my girlfriend Becky.
Oh, steady.
What was that? You're not warning me about stuff. Now, just like the Street View game GeoGuessr, it's my responsibility to pinpoint exactly where I am on a map. So let's get started and remove the blindfold. Alright, do I go for it? It is so bright. This is so weird. Let me just check I'm actually recording. Yeah, we're good. Let me give you a 180 of my surroundings. So we're in a slightly built up area. We have a pretty clear landmark, and that is Lily Lane. So that's going to be really useful later because I'll be able to line that up on the map. But other than that, I have no idea where I am. I'm assuming I'm still in England. It definitely looks like England. But I don't know if I'm in the north or the south. No idea which county I'm in. So I suppose I should probably start walking. So I could go down there. I could go down Lily Lane, which looks like a housing estate. And then I could go down there, which looks like more of a central town type thing. So that's probably where it would make the most sense. But, oh, there's a little church. I've just spotted a church down Lily Lane, so let's go that way. Churches are great landmarks because they're really easy to spot on maps. As I was heading down, I spotted a couple of little friends. Look at them little fellas. And also I had a great realization. There's also a wheelie bin. Wheelie bins usually have like council information on them, so we should definitely go check that out. When playing GeoGuessr online, wheelie bin text is usually too small, but when playing in real life, you're way less limited. East Riding, Yorkshire Council. Now, I used to live in North Yorkshire, but I'm not sure I've even ever visited East Riding of Yorkshire, so I don't really know the areas, so I'm still going to have to struggle and work out some specific place names. I continued my venture to the church and discovered yet another unusual garden ornament. What's going on here? I made my way into the church grounds, which was delightful, by the way. Very nice. I also spotted a bit of activity in the distance. So it's kind of busy down there. It feels like we might be in a small town rather than a village like last time. Look at these fellas that are everywhere. What is going on in this town/village? Where has Becky put me? Oh, we might have a place name on here. I think we do. Flamborough. I can confirm I have never heard of Flamborough. I'm assuming we are in somewhere called Flamborough though. I can see another flower pot person. Let's go check them out. Look at this little fella. They're literally everywhere. And I can spot another one over there, but also quite an interesting brown sign. That says Lighthouse. So are we by the coast? So definitely in or near somewhere called Flamborough. But look at this. Lighthouse, golf club, bowling club. I think we definitely need to walk down there, down Lighthouse Road, because I want to see the sea. I haven't seen the sea in months. Oh my. This flower pot lady is on top of a crab cage. We're near the seaside. I have no idea if it's going to be like 40 minutes down here or 10 minutes away, but I am going to see the sea. So I officially embarked on my journey to the lighthouse. I also kept seeing more flower pot people. There must be some kind of Flamborough flower pot festival going on at the moment. Rural England is a funny place. I also need to consider the fact that I can't forget where I spawned in because I need to be able to locate it to get a perfect GeoGuessr score. But I'm hoping if I just remember Lily Lane and St. Oswald's Church, the rest should make sense. My quest to this lighthouse did feel slightly overwhelming as there was no indication of how far away it actually was. There's currently no signs of an ocean. I can't see one anywhere. Maybe on the other side of this hill? Possibly? Is there a bug on the lens? How long has he been there? Has he just been ruining every shot? Go away. It was also a very hot day, so I applied some sun cream before going any further. I also got extra confirmation we were definitely in somewhere called Flamborough, but there was no sign of a lighthouse or a coast, and bad omens were starting to appear. So yeah, I've not found the sea yet, or any signs of the sea. I mean, presumably, if there's a lighthouse, there's going to be an ocean. However, what I have found is quite an inviting little secret path down there, and I'm not going to lie, I've been in the car for approximately 3 hours. I was blindfolded, I have no idea how long it was, but I really need the toilet. I can't pee in the Woodland Trust. I'm also kind of hesitant in general about peeing in one of these videos because the last time I did it, people ended up finding the location, marking it on Google Maps, people started visiting it, there's a website that exists now, it's a whole thing, and I don't want that to happen again. But I do really need the toilet, so I think it's happening again. Okay, you saw nothing. Please don't make Jack's PP tree a thing.
I decided I'd continue deeper into the woodland in the hopes that it would be a nicer route to the lighthouse rather than the busy road.
Now, as I said, this is the second time I've done a geoguess in real life, but it is so much fun. So if you want to see this as a regular thing, and maybe each time it gets more difficult, perhaps we could go to other countries at some point, then make sure you click that like and the subscribe button. Thanks, guys. Anyway, where are we?
It wasn't long before the woodland path came to an end, and unfortunately I reached open field.
I nearly fell over. Okay, so that's where we started, just down there, and I can't see the sea. I don't see any signs of the sea, so I think heading into the forest was a mistake. Let's go back.
So I returned to the road I was previously on.
3 little pigs. Am I missing something? How are they 3? Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that makes more sense now.
I did find a public footpath and had a little venture down there. There were a few nice horses that ignored me. I did try filming a butterfly as well.
Oh, no.
And some of the architecture in the distance was starting to look a little bit more English seaside. But finally I spotted a sign which confirmed how far away this infamous lighthouse was.
2 3/4 miles, so that should take me like 40 minutes, I guess. All right, off we go then.
This walk was a little bit boring along the main road, but my spirits remained high. I didn't have my camera on for this bit, but a couple asked me for directions.
Hello.
Have we got much farther to that lighthouse, do you know?
I think it's about 2.5 miles.
Never. Yeah, I told you. Come on. You're not going, because then you have to come back.
I've gone from spawning in blindfolded to giving people directions. Fair play. Anyway, very exciting news. Guess what I have spotted in the distance? That's the sea. So I need to get myself to this lighthouse pronto because it must be something special. It is unusual for a lighthouse to be signposted from 3 miles away. And we now have evidence of people trying to walk specifically to it as well. So it must be nice. I guess that might be the reason why Becky picked this location.
I came across some road works and some road signs, which I could not resist.
I mean, I've got to have a look. We can control the traffic, guys. Look at this. I've just hit myself in the ear. I'm going to put it down. You will not believe what I've just spotted in the distance. It's a bloody lighthouse. Do you see it? Whoa!
But then, just as I was finally approaching this bloody lighthouse, something very confusing happened.
Wait. Ah! There's 2 of them. Which one's the lighthouse? We have found a lighthouse. I assume it's the lighthouse, but I can't confirm because there is another lighthouse just over there.
But the plot twists did not stop there.
Oh my god. It's a chalk tower. It's not a lighthouse. I am so lost right now. Is this not what I've been walking to?
There were more flowerpot people, along with confirmation of a flowerpot festival. And just as I was finally about to get to the actual lighthouse, I made a game-changing discovery.
I might have just found the exact thing I need to work out my location. So I saw this sign, and I was like, Bridlington. Okay, I'll remember that. But then, I saw this one, Filey. Now, I've heard of Filey. I could locate it on a map, so I think find Filey, then I'll find Flamborough, then I'll find St. Oswald's Church, and then I will find whatever the spawn street was called. Riley Street? No? Lily Street. Lily something.
But first, I had other business to attend to.
All right, guys, we have located Big Daddy.
The actual Flamborough coast was full of very impressive cliff edges. There was a telescope, but I'm not made of money.
Yeah, I can see why Becky chose this spot. It looks absolutely epic. Oh, the water looks so nice. And there's a little kind of cave lagoon down here. Look at that. Ooh.
Feeling confident about my pending GeoGuessr score, I treated myself to a packet of quavers.
Cheers, everyone.
And also an incredibly underwhelming homemade sandwich. I should have just got a meal deal.
Great lunch, thoroughly enjoyed that. Even the sandwich was, well, actually the sandwich wasn't great, I'll be honest. But anyway, I think I've now got everything I need to locate my location and get a perfect GeoGuessr score of 5,000 points. But I'm so close to the sea that I really want to dip my feet in. And there's a school trip currently leaving, so it's about to be really quiet down there. So I'll have a look. It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? Well, I'll have a little look, yeah.
Now I spotted a little gift shop, and I go crazy for a little gift shop. So while I was waiting for the school trip to leave, I had a little browse and ended up picking up myself a little snow globe to remember this joyous occasion. However, while I was in the shop, the aforementioned school trip kind of gathered directly outside of it.
Hello. Yeah, go for it. I'm doing a video at the moment if you want to be in it.
Everyone was very nice, and after a few pictures I headed down a beautiful scenic trail and used this video as an excuse to dip my feet in the ocean, which I love doing, and I had an opportunity to just take in the beautiful world we live in.
Alright, well, I guess it's now time to head back to the spawn point and make my guess. Now, in GeoGuessr, I just click a button to return to the start. but in real life I have to walk about 5 miles, so should probably get on with that.
Now the route back up was a steep, narrow path, and it wasn't till I was about halfway that I saw another school trip on its way down.
Oh no.
You got like 3 million subscribers. 4 million.
Either way, I survived, and I was now ready for my long journey back to spawn. It was very warm, and I was getting a bit sweaty by this point, but nothing motivated me more than getting a sweet 5k points on GeoGuessr IRL. I paid my respects to Flanborough's newest landmark, the Jack Peepee tree, and just as I reached the town, I was sent some information.
Now I have received a little bit of intel from Becky, who set this spawn point. Apparently, there is a castle like 5 minutes from me. So really, before we lock in and get our perfect score, I should try and find that, shouldn't I? So I guess I'll just head straight down this way. But there is our starting bench. Well, there's actually 2 benches. I did not realise there were 2 benches. This is my bench, Herbert's bench. So yeah, I've been down there where the church was. That's where I've just come from. So let's head down this way. How have I missed an entire castle? What is that about?
I didn't find the castle down this street. I did see more creative flower pots, which was nice. So I then went the other way, and no joke, I was looking for this castle for about 30 minutes.
Is that it? It's gonna blow you away, this, guys. We've got some nice horses, and there it is. Well, I'm sure it's got lots of history and stuff, but I don't know if that wall was entirely worth the 30 minutes I've just spent specifically trying to find it in the baking hot summer. Let's go ahead and end this challenge.
What a day it had been. I'd seen hundreds of flower pot people, hundreds of adoring fans, a magnificent chalk tower, the beautiful North Sea, and let's not forget that castle. But now my adventure was over, and I was back where it had all began.
Okay, I'm gonna sit here in the shade while I locate the exact location. So let's click play, and oh, this looks very familiar. Oh, there's a lady, hello. Wonder who walks past her today. All right, there's Lily Lane. Down there is where the wheelie bin was. Yeah, that's the wheelie bin that told us which county we were in. So open the map, and I think I'm gonna be able to find this quite quick. It is somewhere within this area, I think. I just have to work my way down the coast, and we should come across Filey. Yeah, there we go, there's Filey. So if we just work our way south, there it is, Flamborough. Okay, so we walked along this big road over to the coast, but our starting point is, yeah, Lighthouse Road, that's familiar. There it is, Lily Lane. Okay, and there's the church. So we're at the end of Lily Lane, right here next to the cricket club. Okay, let's go stand in the exact location when I click guess. Okay, run across the road. Woo. And now get back to Hubert's bench. Take a seat, here we go, and let's just work this out. So yeah, that's got to be a perfect score. All right, I'm officially clicking it. Guess 5,000 points. We did it. Thank goodness for that. All right, that was really tiring, you know, but we have officially found our location with GeoGuessr IRL. This was so much fun. I would love to do this quite a few different times. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well, so please do click that like and that subscribe button, and then I can do this like once a month or something. Wouldn't that be fantastic? And maybe I could even do it in other countries. All right, thanks, I'll see you later.